What's going on, guys, and welcome back to GTA 5. Today we're here with my old Ubermacht Cypher build from the Tuners update. Kinda. This is a one-to-one dupe of that car, and as you guys can see, our man H1 the Car Plug hooked us up with a Pounders plate. Now this is one of 3 cars that did receive the drift tuning in the newest update, so I'm really excited to get the drift tuning on this thing and see how it slides. We're gonna quickly hop into the LS car meet, and H1 and the boys are actually down at the docks ready to get some tandems with us, so we're gonna see how this thing does with the new drift tuning on it. Alright guys, here we are at the car meet with the Cypher. We're gonna actually run through the whole build for you guys real quick just so you know exactly what I'm working with here, then we're gonna slap the drift tuning on it and see how this thing slides. So, armor we got all the way up, brakes we got race brakes, bumper is going to be the carbon wedge splitter, rear bumper is going to be stock, chassis for arch covers we have primary bolted fenders, rear diffuser is carbon diffuser, for engine we have stock engine block, guys, engine tune is going to be all the way up. I do believe that gets negated as of this update when you put the drift tuning on, unfortunately, and fittings we have none. Exhaust is titanium, grille is going to be carbon, headlights are going to be stock, hood we have no catches here, and the hood itself is going to be the ridged hood. Nothing for horn here, guys. Interior, our steering wheel is going to be Formula Clubman, dash is the carbon dash, dials are going to be stock, doors we have blocked door panels, interior type is race, seats are going to be stock, and the roll cage we have the white reinforced. For lights, guys, we have the xenons on here, although I'm starting to think white might be a little bit better. I think I'm going to change over to white as of this build. Livery, I think there are some new ones, but we ran none on this one. Loss and theft we can skip. Mirrors we have carbon, plate we have LS Pounders on this thanks to my man H1 the Car Plug. Respray, guys, primary color is going to be classic. For respray, guys, primary color is going to be classic frost white. Secondary here for the calipers is going to be black. Trim color is black as well. Accent color is going to be red for the lights on the dash, and no crew emblem on this one. Roof, guys, fins, we have the carbon fin up top. The roof itself is going to be stock. Skirts are going to be carbon extended. Spoiler is none. Sun strips, we have the negative Fugaru strip. Suspension is all the way low with competition. Transmission is going to be race. Once again, I do believe this gets negated with the drift tuning. Turbo, same deal. We do have the turbo tuning on though. Vents are going to be carbon vent trim. Wheels, we might actually go up in size, but our current wheel setup is in the street category. We have the Endo V3 Customs. Color is going to be frost white, although I'd love to have some pure whites on this thing. Design, we have no tire letters. There are low grips on this and no tire smoke as of right now. Windows, we do have the limo tint just to hide out that cage, and it is time to get the drift tuning on this thing. So we're going to get our wallets out here, guys. 190,000. We're going to install the drift tune. We're going to check out the fitment. Hopefully it's still good with these wide body arches. It's not bad. We'll leave them. However, the wheels might need to go up in size. We'll check that out before we head out to free mode. Back into the street category. Let's go down to the bigger wheel sizes. Do these TEs look better? You know what? I think I still kind of like the tires. We're going to leave the big tires on this, and I think it's ready to go, guys. So let's head over to the docks. I think the boys are at the docks, and we're going to try and get some tandems in this car. All right, guys, here we are at Stevie's docks for our first impressions in the rain with the Cypher. We're getting some good tandems here. Honestly, this car feels like it rotates really nicely, stays in drift really well, which has definitely been a little bit of a problem since the update where they nerfed the drift tuning. Now, that could just be that it's raining, because it is pouring, and it's super slick out here. So hopefully that dries up for us, so we have a good point of reference here on this car. But so far, so good on this car. I'm really enjoying the Cypher so far. It definitely feels super controllable. I was worried about it being a little bit big and boaty, but it doesn't. Oh, maybe a little bit there, but it's definitely not as bad as I thought it would be as far as the boatiness, which is really, really nice. It probably feels most similar to the Jester, maybe a little bit more planted though, maybe a little less body roll, which is super cool. The boys are driving awesome for us here too, which is much appreciated. Definitely way easier to get tandems when you have some good leads to follow. Oh, as I run really inside, we'll get on the brakes, give those a test here. That worked out for us. It is raining, but I have to say this car feels better on the higher speed sections than the Jester did. I was just driving the Jester RR around here, and that car was definitely really gripped up in that higher speed straight section. This car seems like it wants to fishtail a little bit for us, which is really nice. That is one big downside of the drift tuning nerf that kind of came along with the latest update. Just a little bit tough to drift those original cars in the higher speed kind of straight sections. So it's definitely nice that this thing is doing that for us. So hopefully the rain, I think it is clearing up right now, will dry up shortly, and we'll be able to get a better baseline. Oh, Smog's in the wall! But once the rain's all dried up, guys, we'll have a better baseline of sort of how this car handles compared to the others. But honestly, so far, so good in the rain. That's awesome. we're making pedestrians jump out of the way like the old days. That is H1 up front, terminal right in front. Smog's on our door now here. It was wall back there before, and H1 does have his Panic plate Cypher up there as well. So we have Panic and Pounders in the crew. You guys know, if you guys are on Xbox, you can come through any stream. Let us know what car you're looking for. Chances are someone might have it, so we'll set that up for you guys as well. Looks like Terminal's ripping a Liberty City plate RX-7 up there. I know LT was working on a Pounders plate RX-7 for us too. So always a ton of fun drifting with these guys out here, seeing some cool cars. I definitely wanted to grab a custom plate on the Cypher as we made a video here, and just get something that's a little cooler than stock. So super grateful to H1 for this car as always. Oh, look out, guys! Woo, that was close. Now it is a little drier. There's still some puddles on the road. Oh man, and it's a little bit grippier, obviously, because there's no rain. So I'm gonna have to be a little more careful here. Work in some of that brake and really think about my line. I'm in the middle of the train too. It'd probably be a little easier if I was just leading or following, but I'm in the middle of the train, so I gotta be nice and careful here. Keep my eye on the leader and my peripheral on the car in front of me. There we go. I did want to dupe this car as close as I could to that original tuners build video, because that video was a lot of fun to make, and I do miss those days. Back on the old Xbox, man, 30 frames per second Ville. Back when all these cars came out, those were the good old days, man. Back when low grips were just sort of coming into the scene, and you know, you could stance the cars. That was a big deal as well. We do lose that ability with the drift tuning, but honestly, the fitment's not so bad on the Cypher, even with the drift tuning, which is really, really nice. I'm definitely glad about that. I did. This is one of the few cars in the whole game that I was able to run a wide body on and feel kind of comfortable with the fitment, even remotely comfortable, and it's nice to see that with the new drift tuning on this thing. It's still passable with those wide flares. I might pull them off eventually, we'll see, and I might throw the wing on as well. I remember in that video, I was looking at some of the wings, and I was really wishing I could run them, but back then it was super important to have the spoiler off on those low grips, whereas with the drift tuning it doesn't seem to matter as much, so I might be able to run a wing on this thing. However, even if the spoilers do add just a little bit of grip to these drift tuning cars, it might be more of a benefit now than it used to be pre-nerf to leave the spoiler off and just let your rear end have a little bit less grip, kind of negate some of that power loss. Oh, hi wall. There we go. We'll let the crowd pass here. We'll follow up from the back a little bit and see what we can get back here as well. Smoggy has been really, really smooth in his Cypher up there as well for us, so maybe I'll be able to squeeze in there. A couple guys in Cyphers. There's actually 4 Cyphers out here right now, which is so fun. This car is great, man. I definitely enjoy it. Can't wait to try the E30. Oh, hi Smogs. What's up, brother? As well as the Nebula Turbo. Wall was just driving the Nebula Turbo around too, and that thing looked like a lot of fun. I didn't drive any of these 3 cars until it was time to make videos on them though, because I want to get my first impressions in here for you guys. There we go, Smogs. Let's go, man. Just 2 white beamers. Looks like he's got one of those new liveries on that I totally forgot to check in the LS car meet, like a dumbass, and he is killing it in that thing. So we got H1 and Smogs, then myself here. Oh, and Moat up front with the Cypher. That's awesome, man. Plenty of tandems to be had in this thing. This thing is great. Super excited they added some new drift cars here. 3 is, you know, less than maybe we were hoping for, but we'll take them, man. We didn't even know. We were talking for a long time about how they probably wouldn't add any more drift tuning cars until GTA 6, and here they are adding some more. So we'll take what we can get. Definitely super happy with it. I can't wait to build those other cars. The E30 will probably be next, and then the Nebula Turbo. I actually haven't built the E30 like ever in this game, so we'll kind of compare the 3 new cars as we go along here, guys, on the channel. See which one is the favorite out of the batch of the new 3. Obviously, the Cypher gets down, man. I can't complain about it at all. Super good looking car too. One of the more modern cars next to the Jester RR in the batch, which is really cool too. You know, there's a lot of that 90s scene that got the upgrade when it first came out as part of the Chop Shop DLC, so it's great to see some new cars getting the update as well. This one is a newer car, and then the other 2 are more classic. So, all right, guys, a few more tandems here to end the video. We got H1's door this time. Huge shout out to H1, like I said, for the pounder plate on this car. Super fun, man. I love having these cars hooked up with something unique, and H1 is always out here sourcing these cars for us, working hard, and he hooked up a ton of help with the bank account in this one as well. I'm super grateful for him, LT, Moat, Brex, and a lot of the guys from the Discord really helped me out, setting up Kaios, making sure I was well funded for this update, and I can't thank all those guys enough. So huge shout out to those guys as well as we finish out the video strong here on H1's door, man. This is awesome. If you guys did make it this far in the video, I appreciate you guys a ton. Thank you so much for watching. If you are enjoying the GTA update build videos, make sure you leave a like down below, subscribe for more just like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace. Alright guys, so I did end up throwing a wing on this car a little bit later in the night here, and honestly I feel like there's a pretty big difference. It feels pretty planted. A little bit more comp style, like the rear wheels just have a little bit more bite, a little bit more drive with the wing on here, and I think that we're gonna feel that difference a lot more now with the power nerf. So I just wanted to let you guys know too that I did throw the wing on here. That was mostly a cosmetic choice because I just loved this wing back in the low grip days. We couldn't really run it. And then I took it out here, and I definitely felt a difference. So, like I said, guys, with these power nerfs, I feel like we're really going to feel those differences a lot more in grip, which actually might make customizing these cars even more fun. I know there's been talk about certain mods like roll cages and whatnot, side skirts too, affecting the handling, and I definitely feel like, at least in the case of the spoiler, it's a lot more noticeable now with the lower power than it was before, because, you know, before you'd be able to just kind of spin the wheels anyway with the power that you had, and now it's not the case. There's less power there, and so when you have a spoiler on, you really feel that grip in the rear. And I feel like, honestly, like if this was a comp situation, I'd want that grip to kind of plant the rear wheels and create a little bit more forward drive and a little bit more speed, and I might have felt a little bit more comfortable streetwise without it. So that's really interesting as we hit a little crash to end the video here, guys. So I think that is going to be the outro. If you guys made it this far, I super appreciate you guys watching. If you did enjoy the video or found it useful at all, please feel free to leave a like down below, subscribe for more just like it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.